All right, so today we're going to be printing a contract for a build. So we're actually going to go through pretty much the entire build process in order to print a contract. So starting up top, we'll be in IHMS. So pull up your sales office design center. And we're going to go to a prospect. And of course, this person is the person that's buying the home. So simply search your prospect unless you're already in the file. We use this one here. And just like on printing a spec contract, you want to make sure that the address is in the file. And of course, a verified email address and phone number. Okay. All right, so once that's in the file, if the names have all been input on the contract, meaning anybody that is on the loan, you'll want to select or put their information in here. If they're not on the loan, don't worry about it. Okay, so starting up top from the names tab or traffic tab, whichever is applicable, you'll want to come over here to the selections tab. Okay. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're actually going to perform a price out. So we'll select the price out and we're going to select new. Now we know this isn't a price out, we're actually going to be printing the contract, but we'll get to that here in a second. All right, so this is the new contract or new price out. Okay. Now what I like to do is put the type of floor plan and the elevation in there as well. You'll go in there, and after you've had the conversation with your buyers about which lot they prefer, you'll select it in your price out. The model you'll select as well, which, by the way, for more detailed instructions on the price out, feel free to take the price out training video and you'll know all about it. And we're going to select the elevation. Okay. Once everything populates down here, you're simply going to add what they want. So say, for example, your buyer wants to add can lighting. Well, we can do that. And the easiest way, at least that I've found, is by searching for can. Once we search for that, you can go ahead and select the correct option. In this situation, we're going to select the kitchen can light upgrade. You'll notice that location and colors are left blank and quantity can be adjusted. However, it is for the kitchen, so one in this situation represents 4 different cans of light. Keep in mind that will change per plan. Okay, so always make sure you're going over your blueprints with the buyer at the time of contract, and of course in general for your own knowledge. So hit OK. Next, let's say, for example, that they want raised ceilings. Type in the word slope there and hit the binoculars, and you can select your slope ceilings. Okay. So again, quantity is 1. You don't have to adjust that because this is going to be for all of the living areas as stated up here in the description. It gives you the price, and of course your location and colors can be left blank. Now hit OK. And now let's say they want to add granite. Let's go ahead and do that now. So type in the word granite, big surprise. And they just want the granite countertops. They're okay with the level 1, but what we notice here is that this is selectable. So it says select colors. We need to make sure we select colors. We'll go into more detail on that here in a second. But for now, let's just go ahead and select spray white. Once you've selected your color, you're going to notice that it comes up right here. Now keep in mind, just for general training purposes, there is a single row of tumbled stone. So basically travertine backsplash. Hit OK. Now for the granite, just so you guys know, you're also going to need to select the 16-inch bar top that is also granite. The color will transition over to this upgrade as well. Okay, so once we've selected our upgrades, it's time to close out of this menu, confirm the price, confirm the number of options, and if there's any additional deposits with your buyer for option money depending on your division. Once you've confirmed everything, well, it's time to save. So we can hit save. At this point, you'll notice that it selects up here, so your blue line kind of moves up. Now, at this point, you can actually select this. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, a couple things. You can select it for the contract, but you can also print this or save it for later, because this is actually going to stay in the customer's file. The importance of that is, say for example, something happens and they need to leave, or they didn't have enough time, because sometimes going through a contract for a build can be lengthy. Well, you can actually come back and you can select this later. That's actually why we started with a price out instead of just entering the information as we went in the system. So hit select, and it's going to say set this price out as the selected one. Hit yes. Price out transfer successful. Hit OK. Once you've done that, it's actually going to take you back to the original screen. Okay? And you'll notice, as an example here, that everything transferred over. So all of the upgrades that you selected will actually transfer over, along with colors and things like that. Now, one big key note here is that when you are doing a build, you want to make sure that you select the cultured marble vanity tops. Okay? Double click here. The reason we want to select this is so that we can actually select the colors. Now, I know there's only one color, and that's, I think, every division. But we do want to select this so that your purchasing department stays happy with you. So hit OK. You must select a specific option. So you'll hit OK, and you'll notice that it says white. Now, I'm not sure why it's giving me an error message, but because this is for training purposes, I'm going to back out. But again, you want to select that color. Okay. Coming back over here, we are ready to print the contract now. Well, actually, we're ready to enter the rest of the components of the contract. So just like on a spec, we're going to come over here to sales info. Okay. We're going to add our contingencies and our agent. We're just going to pretend that we don't have either. Once this area is completed, we're going to move on to financing. Again, select your lender. Make sure the information that pops up here in the loan officer and processor is correct, and then select your type of loan. If you're not sure of the type of loan, feel free to leave that blank on either a spec or a build contract. We can always fill it in later. This is just trying to help somebody out in another department. Okay. Next, we're going to select our colors. Now, we bypass this in a spec. In a build, however, we're actually going to go down the list and select the colors with the buyer. So quickly, I'm actually going to do that now, just so you get your eyes on it. Some of them you may leave blank because they may not be applicable to or included with the elevation that the buyer is selecting. Oh, I missed it. Some of these colors are always going to be the same, such as the trim. We only do white. Some of these colors may or may not have upgrades, but that's, again, on another training. So we're just selecting, for the most part, they're all basic colors. Missed it again. And no, I'm not sure why there are two cabinets over here. All right, almost there, folks. Boy, a white fridge. Okay. Going over to the Agreements tab now, we're going to select the contract date, which again is typically going to be the day that they're standing right in front of you, and the sign date. Estimated settlement. In Oklahoma City, we leave that blank, so I'm not going to fill that out. Again, get with your division leadership on that. And we are pretty much good to go, because you'll notice here that everything transferred over. So when we selected in the price out to transfer everything, we selected the addendums and the price out, it actually transferred everything. I failed to mention that earlier, but also you'll notice your price is increased over here. Okay, so back to the Agreements tab. You're going to print your selected addendum. Okay, so you'll print the colors, which is what we just entered, and you will print the selections. And that's from the price out. Okay, next you're going to print your sales agreement. So simply by clicking this button here. Last thing you want to do before you get too far along is you want to come over here and click the missing option color selections. Okay. What this is going to do is tell you if you're missing any colors, which we are right here. So option number 57161. I know you can't read that. Now, what that is actually that white marble vanity top. Typically, this actually won't even pop up. It'll just give you a little pop-up reminder saying that you have no missing color selections. So that this is only coming up because of that error that I received earlier. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that we got the little pop-up that says we are not missing any colors. And then, of course, we'll come up here to reports and letters again, except we're going to go to follow-up letters this time. In Oklahoma City, we print out the 210 addendum, so you would just simply double-click, print that out. The customer referral, double-click, print that out. And last but not least, the OKC additional contract documents. You would double print and then click that out, or double click and print that out. I hope you guys are laughing if you're watching this. I know it can be mundane sometimes. All right, so that's really about it. Now there are other additional documents that are going to be included for contracts, and again, those are included in a separate training, at least for the Oklahoma City division. So please get with your division leadership, and they can show you the additional documents that are required per your state's checklist. For more information, again, please feel free to check out the other videos related to contract training, and thanks for watching.